Welcome to the new edition of the New Digital World, Summer Edition. This time without my colleagues in the radio because they are on holidays. So I'm doing it alone just for summer. So I hope I will provide an entertaining program. Hope you have fun. I hope you can hold it. It's so hot in this summer. Okay, so let's start. First, let me show how to access the site. So basically, the site is in my blog.carlasmateo.com, and then the section is RAP for Radio America Barcelona, and then here you have all the programs, and this is the New Digital World Summer Edition. So we will start from here, and oh, sorry, this is the video. And the first news that we really liked is that Amazon has presented their new series, the Lord of the Rings, the Power Rings, and they have translated this original series to Catalan, and that's something that we really appreciate. That's something that we really love, and this will be released the 2 of September. So great news for the Catalan-speaking people. Again, Dragon Ball Super in Catalan has been presented and will be released on the cinemas the 2nd of September.
Ara veuràs! Què et penses que ets?
We are super fans of Dragon Ball Z, which in Catalan we call Bola de Drac. And also has been presented the official teaser of Black Panther.
No woman, no cry.
Most of these.
Little darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry.
But it's a curious one. I'd really like this. On the 3rd of August, so past tomorrow, Lightyear will be released in Disney Plus, and it's different from the typical that you know, different history, but looks amazing.
GNC, go. Fido, go. Guidance, go, bud.
Cabin pressurization is underway.
As we prepare for ignition. Flight recorders are on. T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have liftoff.
It looks fantastic. And the 10th of August, I Am Groot starts this mini-series of this loved character. Starts to play on Disney Plus the 10th of September. Also, a friend of mine went to Comic-Con and sent me this photograph. So all the new releases like the Guardians of the Galaxy, Loki Season 2, Blade, Captain America, Ironheart, Secret Invasion, all of them looks like super great. And for the fans of PlayStation Plus Extra and premium games for July include Stray, that cat video game, so cool. And some others like some of the Assassin's Creed, Saints Row, Paw Patrol, Jumanji, etc. And the summer news, Rosalia, which is Catalan, sing in Valencia, and she sang in Catalan. That's something we...
De tot cor, moltes gràcies, i a tots els que esteu aquí avui, aquesta nit, de tot cor, moltes gràcies per estar aquí.
That's heart-touching for us. That's beautiful. This new is very nice. I'm a student from Fine Arts in UK. Protested during their graduation, as she had to pay all the tuition fees, but she had to study all the time from home. So no labs, no painting practices, no statue building, nothing. But she had to pay the same. So she was very disappointed, and she created a video that went viral.
I had to protest during my graduation ceremony.
It's a cool history too. She's right. She's right. The students have been charged the same, but they didn't have access to the labs and all the fantastic equipment that the universities have. So, also, a Canadian telecommunications company, which is named Rogers, had a problems, and what made me mad about the news is that was presented as a coding error, and like our coding error or error in the code is like blaming the software developers, or in other words, like blaming the cat. So the cat broke the jar. It's always the guilty, the programmers. And I'm fed up of this. This company let millions of users down because they had a mistake and they cleared a route on the routers. Oh, okay. I had previewed before and now it has blocked. Basically, they had an error in the routes, and all the traffic was gone through the router and exhausted the memory, and that caused an outage. So basically, they failed to provide the right processes, the testing processes, testing the different environments. Probably they failed to provide like automated deploying using continuous integration, continuous deployment. They failed probably to have the right unit testing and other testing. So that's really bad from them. And companies should invest the required amount of money to provide top solutions to their customers that include the required engineers, the required software licenses, the required servers, and companies have to stop playing cheap because they produce very mediocre solutions. And in the case of a telecommunications company top in Canada with millions of customers, that's a shame. In fact, it took 4 hours for them to publish that they had an outage. So basically, it's a chain of errors. And Amazon has increased the price of the subscription for Amazon Prime all over the world. On September, it will be increased. I had my yearly subscription, so I will not have to pay for the increase until next year. But people that are paying monthly or that will renew yearly after September, they will have to pay the new amount. And I like very much this new because Nintendo Japan is providing benefits to their employees with partners of the same sex, and Japan don't recognize the same-sex marriage, the Japanese law. So it's very nice that Nintendo is doing this to help their employees that have couples from the same sex. And about security, we were talking the past week and the other one about scams using SMS to try to impersonate your bank, to steal your access data, to try then to get to your money. And my friend has sent me a scam that she received, trying to impersonate the bank CaixaBank and providing a URL. She is not from CaixaBank, so it's funny. So she detected very quickly, but you should never click these URLs because they present you a page that looks like your bank and try to steal your credentials. And this is controversial as well. Amazon gave to the police the footage of their automatic cameras in the entrance. So basically those ring systems that have cameras and record. So the police requested to Amazon to get the footage from users without the user consent or permission. In this case, Amazon told that police told them that risk of lives were at stake, so they provided the recording. But this is something serious to reflect about. In Catalonia, we suffer a lot of espionage from the Spanish government, and basically in countries where the dissidents are prosecuted by dictatorships and dictator governments, having this kind of technology and this kind of behavior from Amazon and other companies, it's really dangerous. So it's something to reflection about. And about society, well, in China, they are having a lot of problems in the bank system because during COVID they locked down a lot of places, and the building of new buildings, new homes was halted. Some of those companies went to bankruptcy, and they were unable to pay the debt to the bank. Then the homeowners, the future homeowners, were not unable to have their home, and the banks have had serious problems. But the problem is that they have keep the money from the savings from customers that have been saving all their life, the money, and they have been, the police and the government has been, and private security from the banks have been charging and hitting and smashing the peaceful demonstrators. So that's terrible. But then the new I want to talk is different, and it's kind of funny, really funny for me, because a Chinese Wikipedia editor has spent years writing fake Russian medieval history, and she was super recognized. She was writing in a kind of way like a novel and with high quality. The only problem was that everything was invented. Nothing was real. So that history is really shocking. So, well, the article is very nice because that novel, the person that wrote that is a novelist, and she was very documented about certain things and did a lot of research. But the fact is that the articles in the Wikipedia were fake, totally fake, invented. So that's cool for a novel, but not for Wikipedia. So their user has been banned. And I like a lot this video. This video producer, CoffeeZilla, because it shows scammers, and many of them have gone to jail thanks to the investigation of CoffeeZilla. So in this case, he's talking about this guy, which identifies himself as tech lead, and is an ex-Facebook and ex-Google engineer, and also defines himself as millionaire, and basically has created a scam based on cryptocurrency and lied to the investors.
Responded. Brace yourselves.
This is really just victim mentality.
Victim mentality, guys. You don't want victim mentality. Tech Lead is very much against it.
Sure, life's unfair. And you can complain about everything out there. You can say that government's a scam. But what are you really going to do?
In Rockport, losing.
No! And by the way, you're not a legend. You're on CoffeeZilla. That doesn't make you...
Well, I recommend you to watch this. Again, Uber is still like doing very, very bad. Basically, keeps disappointing me. In this case, they were discriminating disabled passengers and charging more for the travels. So they had to pay 2.2 million to settle the claims. This company is terrible. This company is very disappointing. Gadgets. About gadgets, Canon and Nikon are abandoning their technologies DSLRs, which basically are what we call also reflex, to focus on the mirrorless technologies. And my friend Erika gave me a very nice explanation on why the mirrorless are becoming so popular and how fast they are able to focus and how much quality they have. And that's very, very interesting. In this article, also it's covered how this, for example, the Sony A1 mirrorless is able to shoot at 50 megapixel RAW frames at 30 frames per second, which is far superior from, for example, the Nikon flagship D6 DSLR, which was able to shoot 14 RAW images per second and also at 21 megapixels, so less than half the resolution and less than half of the frames per second. It's a very interesting article. And finally, we have to prepare ourselves for to produce natural gas. And this was a Catalan food, or typical Catalan food, that you know that can be considered ecological in the sense of gas production. And I think I miss explaining also about, this a security flaw has been found on this GPS module. It's a Chinese module which costs only $20, and it's used a lot in cars. For example, it's used mostly in Europe in Ukrainian cars, and the problem is that it has several vulnerabilities. One of these is that they have a password hard-coded inside that cannot be changed, and allow things like remotely via SMS being able to tell the car to close the fuel, so the car stops. Also, these vulnerabilities allow the exploit to be able to know at every moment where the position of the GPS is. So that's a serious flaw as well. And also, I forgot to mention that Uber has been sued by more than 500 women, presenting claims about sexual assault and kidnapping. And basically, they are, one of the points that they are exposing as that Uber doesn't do right background checks. And I think that Uber is really failing in how they should be acting, to be honest. So it's up to you to read the article. I recommend it. It's very interesting. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this program during the summer. And don't get so warm. Like, go to the swimming pool, refresh yourself, and be happy.